Okay. Rabbi, Rabbi wants to talk to you. He wants to say something to you.
Fisher wants to speak to you.
Yes, Chaim.
My grandson is in an operation, like a 2-3 hour operation. Half hour ago, when it's possible to heal him or some of the learning.
What's his name?
It's Aaron ben Rachel.
Okay, we're going to learn Refuah Shlema Aaron ben Rachel. Aaron ben Rachel, Refuah Shlema. We're going to learn now what should be for his Refuah. Okay. Siyata Dishmaya. Okay. So we started with the Tosas read yesterday and the Ritva. I want to do two things. I want to have the Miluim and the Divrei Kesket. Those are the three things I want to do. So let's start with the Miluim Simon Chav Zayin Ziv Kotan Kiben. It's in the papers, enough A. What? We have the Cheskel and have the Miluim both. The Cheskel, Baruch Hashem. It's printed. And do you need the paper? Somebody else needs papers? I have it here, another one. Anyone see the papers of it's Slabotka? Hey. Miu b'chidush ha'Rashba. Miu, however, Rashba wrote, Nami also reference to Shvei Kesef. The Eiche, the Misratzo, Isha Shvei Kesef, I know Kesef. The Rashba wrote also like the Ram, that Shvei Kesef, where the woman agrees, Misratzo, she as a Ritzui, the Shvei Kesef, I know Kesef, Ein Shom Zele Shoyman. He's quoting the language of the Rashba. Shmakshim, etc. Imken, if so, the question is, name a Kesef Davka. Let us say only Kesef, not Shvei Kesef. We have Shloiman. He brings the answer. What? He quote the
and then it brings the kasha. That be the kasha before. Name Shul Kesef.
I don't understand the word yes. Why is bringing the kasha? Right. Right. Should be only Kesef, not Shvei Kesef. He's asking, should be only Kesef Davka. He doesn't say quotes. That's just Mechule. No. Who needs to? Who? He didn't quote the Rashba.
He says,
yes. Ein Shom Zele Shoylo. He's going to quote now the Rashba. Yes. No, this is the Rashba. He's quoting the Rashba. So the Rashba didn't yet say Ish, then the Ritzu. Okay. Zele Shoylo. Yesh Makshim Ken Neime Kesef Davka. That's the Rashba's quote. Rashba's kasha. V'yeshloim al Rashba answer. Kol makom, any place, shenemar kesef gabekinyan. Anywhere where it says the word kesef by acquisition, shvei kesef bichlal kesef. The value of kesef like kesef. Kevon, since The onichelu ocho. Since it's comfortable for him here by Kiddushin. Kinyan, when it says Kesef, by Kinyan, Shvekes is part of it because it's comfortable for him. Came on the onichelu ocho, it's comfortable for him here. The Gabi Giroin Kesef, by Giroin Kesef, the Balkocho Megarea Veyoitze, the by force he removes and he goes out. He reduces the debt that he has to the master and he goes out by giving money. I would say Kesef Davka. Kamash or no? By Giroin Kesef, there's no nichusa. By a kinyan of a woman, there's a nichusa, nichalu. But by Giroin Kesef, it's by force. By force, a slave, he goes out. Kesef Davka. Kamash or no? By the damages also. Or Mishalim made of since he paid down. It's also not the same way by land you have to be the best. Also by movable things you have to give the best, which is kesef. Kamashal afil subin ad keleshon until he uses the language of the Rashba. Ainu, which means what we see from the Rashba. The Afal God that even though the bepochos is puto, even though less than the value of puto, it doesn't help her agreement. Because not called money. Less than the value of Pruta, she says, yes, I want it, has no value. But value of money, which it is money, it is choshuv. When she's willing with it, she's happy with it. It's like real money. Only when the slave removes his debt from his master by force, the shvek kesef with value of money. Only then you need a verse to superfluous to add shvek kesef. But when there's not about koros with a ritzui, there's a wanting, there's a wish, who wants it. It's not because if she would want less than Shabbat Putu, wouldn't make it money because she wanted. But since it's double choshuv, it's the value of the kesef, it's value of Puto, and she wants it. Savada, it's called it's called money. Yes, correct.
So it's not a riot because the coin doesn't work. That is not rational. We are in this country. It's not rational because it's not worth nothing. Just because she wants to give her value in the other country.
Correct. Has to be as a value. Number two has to be a wish she wants. I'm reading inside of the people have the Rav Daniel, do you have Avim Miluim? Aaron, do you have Avim Miluim? Very good. I'm starting to read the second paragraph. What is your name there in the corner? I forgot. What? Yosef? Yosef. Do you have Avim Miluim? You don't have. Here. I have one piece. Open the page. See this Daf Aleph? Yeah, page A. Over here. Okay, I'm reading the second paragraph of David Miluim. That people have to know the Avnei Miluim is a halacha book. It's not a pilpul book, it's a halacha book. Avnei Miluim is halacha. It's a halacha book. Not just on people. He wants to bring the Gemara and the Rishonim to halacha. Okay? The ayin baranu baritvo. Shekosvu nam kidibra rashbo. So we have Ram, Ritvo, Rashbo, the Rai Rishonim, 3 Rishonim, that all say that Shve Kesef get Kesef because Ritzui. Because the wife, the woman agreed. V'yesh ledagdek. Comes down and says, I want him a dagdek. V'divra Rashbo, Shekosef that he wrote. L'gabeh v'divri tzorch l'rabo Shve Kesef. By evidence, we need a posuk to tell you that Shve Kesef works the fee because it's against the wish of the master. If he says, I'm paying you, I'm reducing my debt to you to 0 and I want to go out. לגבי נזיקים also, משום דכסיב מיטב שדהו כסף דכסיב גבי כסף דווקא. By נזיקים, since there's the word מיטב, by you field, I would say also when it says kesef, specifically kesef, not value. So comes the Avnei Miluim Yasakash. But Tepukle, let us learn out the cabin is by damages. Namius. Even though by a damage, the one who's being damaged, he's not happy with value of money. The Roitze Kezer and he wants money. Dafka. The Roitze Kezer Dafka. He only wants to be paid with money specifically. Yet, Yoivle Shve Keser. Yet, Yoivle, I give the Mazik, the damager, pays the Nizak Shve Keser. So he's saying, why come on Zikim? I would think Kesef because it says Meitab. No. For a different reason. The Zikim, there's no Ritzui. The Zikim is against the wish, the will of the one who's being damaged. The Mazik, the damager, wants to pay the Shvei Kesef against the wish of the Nizik. No Ritzui there. There's even no Ritzui like Shvei Kesef. So that's why I need a Pasuk. Why do we have to come on that since the Zikim says Meitab, I would think that Kesef is Dafka because of Meitab? No, we have to come into that. Say that by the Zikim you think you need Kesef Dafka because no Ritzu. Like by Eved is against the master. But Dafka by Kiddushin, specifically by Kiddushin, or Ilu Midaita Mekabel Shvezim wish of money. Yes. But the Zikim is or Nizak Kreutze Dafka Kesef. The one's been damaged, he wants specifically money. Umazik Yoivle Bal Kochosh Vekesef, and the damager pays with value of money against the wish, against the will of the one who's been damaged. So that should be a reason, Mishumochi, therefore, Tzorich Kro Yoshiv LeRabbi Shekesef, that's why I need a posuk, Yoshiv LeBaolov, that by Nezikim you pay Shvei Kesef. Otherwise, I won't know. Because I think Nezikim means only Kesef because it's Meitav. There's a Meitav by land, so maybe also Meitav by Kesef, by moving. No, not because of Meitav. It's because of Al Kocho. Because you can pay Nezikim against the wish of the Nizak, the one's been damaged. V'arito b'chidusho. This is the kasha of the Nivulim. He got the kasha again. What's the Nivulim? Nivulim has a very strong kasha in the Rashbo, Ran, and Ritvo. They say, let's go over what they say. They say that the value of money is like money from common sense because the woman agrees to it. When there's an agreement, Shvei Kesef has a common sense. But by Eved, he redeemed himself by force against the master. He gives even value of money against the master wish. That's why there I won't know Shvei Kesef is. I need an apostle.
There's no Kiddushin by exchange because the girlfriend is too lowly.
She doesn't want to be a levad, alone, right? No, so what do you want to say with that?
So
So by Kiddushin is more of a wish. She doesn't want to be alone. She always wanted to be with another man. She wants to have a partner, not to be alone. So that's why there's a big wish. But by Eved, he redeemed himself by force with Shrekes, I need an apostle. And they continue on. And by Nezikim also I need an apostle. Nezikim, since that they may have, by land, I would say also by money has to be the best money, only money not Shrekes. This is what they say. The other one said, why they don't follow the same pattern? By Kiddushin, there is a wish. By Evedivri, he redeems himself against the wish of the master. And by Nezikim also, the damager pays the one who's been damaged against his wish. Shvei Kesef. When you have to come under by damages made by land, so I would think also by multiple things made Kesef. By Nezikim is against the will of the Nizak. And must be what? Let's see. He says, if you look in the Ritva, in the first chapter of Kiddushin, he wrote Vazel Shoino. He quotes the Ritva. V'yeshetires are those who give an answer. There is that gave an answer. Keivan the Darshinum Kesef Kiddushin. Since the money of Kiddushin we learn from where? There is two of them where we learn by Kiddushin. One is Kichakirim is there for it, and the other one is Minechsi v'yotza chinom and Kesef. As by a young girl, he goes out free with no money. And we learn Amo Ivri or to Evedivri to a Jewish woman. V'gab Evedivri v'adin Amo Ivri. By Evedivri, the same thing as by Amo Ivri or by a Jewish maidservant. Shvei Kesef kekesef. The value of money is like money. So since we learn Kesef of Kiddushin from Amo Ivri, Kesef works. So the same limud that we transfer Kesef, we transfer also the law of Shvei Kesef. This is one of the answers. Also by Kiddush we learn the same thing. And Kesef by Kiddushin v'Shvei Kesef. There's no Kesef and Shvei Kesef to this master when the maidservant goes out. But there is money and value another when she wants to be married. But we learn totally the same Yitzchak. That's what we did more later on. But the point, this is the Ritva. The Ritva learns that we learn Kesef Kiddushin and Shvei Kesef Kiddushin we learn from Amo Ivri and Evan Ivri, from a Hekesh. So he says the same thing, and we learn Kesef from Amo Ivri. Let's learn also from Amo and Evan Ivri. Let's learn also Shvei Kesef. The Rambam says so. Okay. Kosh. Yeah, the Kasha that too. This is very short. The Kosher. The Perek HaMe Kiddushin Dafdad Amud Beis. He says if we look in the first chapter of Kiddushin, page 4b, Bashas Sham, the Gemara there, V'yitzich lemichtav yotzochinom, v'yitzich lemichtav lekikach. The most I need 2 verses to tell me Kesef by a Kiddushin. I need v'yotzochinom and Kesef lo donzeh, but Eshkez lo nachem, I need Av, so the father gets money. So we learn that the father gets money for Kiddushin. So it's Kiddushin with money. V'yitzich lemichtav kikach, we learn kikach is there for him. That the same way by Avram Avinu bought the land with money, also you buy a woman with money. So we need 2 verses. And the Gemara says, why? Why do we need 2 verses? If the Torah wrote only ki yikach, Avamin, I would think, Kiddushin the Yaivlo Baal Tito, Kiddushin that the husband is her money. The Torah wrote, she doesn't go out free, she goes out with money. This is Gemara's words. So he says, the clay, Why the Rashi says that in the Torah wrote only Kikach, I would think. We think that even though she's a young girl and the husband gives her money, it doesn't go to the father, it goes to her. And the Torah, that's what the Torah says, we have to it goes to the father. The Tepukle, this is the Gemara. We have to see it inside in a second. The Tepukle, the problem, you know why we need Yotzachinam after Kikach? We don't know value of money like money from Kikach. And from Yotzachinam, by Amoivr in the Bediv, that says Yoshi. 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth paragraph of the Avnui. Stop. In order to understand what open Gemara Kiddushin Davdalam on base. 1 second pause. In order to Gemara Davdalam on base. The Gemara says in Davdalam on base, we have two sources. We have Shnei Mekorot, source where we guess. Source Kesef by Kiddushin. One is the Gzirah word Kicha. It says Kikach Hishisho, when a man takes a woman, the word take, Kikach. And also by Avrom Avinu, take the money from the land. The word Kicha, and by Avrom Avinu also Kikach. Kach means when he take from me the money. Same way by the land, Kach means money. Also by a woman, when it says a man takes the woman, that the word take, Kikach, means money. So we learned that you buy a woman with money. Capish? That's one limud. There's another limud from Gzera Shovet. Yes. Between Amo Ivriya and Eved Ivri. And Eved Ivri to a woman to Acheres. Acheres means a woman. So a woman, a Jewish woman, has a hekesh and a Torah to Amo Ivri and Eved Ivri. And since by Amo Ivriya, it says that when she's being bought, it says the word, it says, Kesef, she can leave her master, or masteress, without money, which means, although she was bought with money, she doesn't need to go out with money. She can go out by the 6 years, or she has puberty hair, or Jubilee year. She goes out free. She can go out free. So it says, "En kesef lodon zed." There's no money for this master. Aviyesh kesef lodon. There's money for another master when she's being bought. Okay. So then we learn. From there we learn that a woman, a slave maidservant, gets bought with money, and also with ivri, and there's a hekesh to a woman. So how do we know a woman gets married with money? Two options. Or from Avrom Avinu's land, or there's a hekesh to a maidservant that is opposed that says she goes out when she's being bought with money. Capish? The Gemara says, why do I need two sources? Why do I need two gzeroshav? A gzeroshav kicha and a hekesh of a yotzachina. Why do we need both? So the Gemara answers. I'm reading inside. It's in the middle of the page, right across Agota Bach. V'yitzich lemichtav b'yotzochinom, v'yitzich lemichtav ki'ikachish. You have it there? It's in the middle of the page. Against Toises Echad Yavo. You guys have it? V'yitzich lemichtav b'yotzochinom, we need to say the words. The verse, b'yotzochinom. V'yitzich lemichtav ki'ikach, we need both sources that a woman gets married with money, gets engaged with money. Why? Dikos Ramone ki'ikach. If the Torah wrote only Kiikach, Yichikav is there flowing from Avrom Avinu. Avamina would think Kiddushin the Yoiv lo Baal Dido Yavo. Kiddushin that the husband gives to her will be hers, although she's less than 12 years old and she's under her father's dominion. Kosarach one of Yotzachinam. The Torah says there's no money for the master in this and going out of the woman, but there is money to the master when you buy the woman. So also we're talking about money to the master. Also here, who's the master of the girl? It's her father. At 12 years old, he's the master. So from Kiyikach, I would think the money goes to her, even though she's young, less than 12. From Yotzachinam, from Amo Ivriya, then we understand that the money goes to the master. If she's her own master, she's above 12 and a half, it goes to her. But if she's not her own master of her life, she has a father dominion, it goes to her master, which is a father liked by Amo Ivriya. So that's why Kicha is not enough for us. Because of Rachmana v'Yotzachinam, if the Torah only wrote v'Yotzachinam, what do I need Kicha? I would think Avamina Echid Yoivo, when she gives him money, the Kiddushin, and she gets him engaged, Ave Kiddushin. If I would learn from Amo Ivriya, who gives the money to the master? The girl. So I'll say here, the girl will give money to the husband. And if she gives the money, she gets engaged. What does that mean? Now she says, since money makes marriage, what do I care, his money or her money? Just an act. I mean, here we prove like that, like this, like the Taz, that Kesef Kiddushin is just Maseches and not value. So just the Maseches was the minute she gives or her gives. There's a Havamina. The Torah says he has to take. He has to give the money. Not she takes him. But without the posuk kitikach, I would say, if I learn from Amo Ivri, I would say it doesn't matter who gives the money, even the woman. It says kikach ishisha. Kiddushin. If I learn Kesef of Kiddushin from Amo Ivriya, I will get mixed up, not necessarily the husband needs to give the money, she also can give the money. That's why you learn Kesef by Kiddushin from land, from Avram Avinu, the Giga, that he needs to take her and not she takes him. Okay? This is what comes to Avnei Miluim, and he has a problem on this Gemara against the Ritvo and the Rashba and the Ram. What's his problem? The Kosher. I'm reading in the Avnei Miluim, the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 or second paragraph from the bottom on the right side. The Kosher. You have the Kosher. The Beperek HaMeKiddushin Avdal Amud Beis. In the first chapter of Kiddushin, page 4b, eats Bashas Shom, the Gemara eats the Gemara says, I need 2 verses, I need 2 sources to teach me that a woman gets married with money. I'm reading now back to Avnei Miluim. The Kosher, the Beperek HaMeKiddushin Bashas Sham, the Gemara says, Yitzchak lemichtav v'yotzochinam. I need, the Torah needs to say the source of Kesef by a woman from Yotzochinam, from a maidservant that redeems herself. Also, we need a verse. We learn from land. We need both verses. Why? Because if the Torah wrote only I would think Kiddushin if the husband gives to the woman, to the girl less than 12 years old, the money will be hers. Like when the woman gives, the maidservant gives money to her master, it goes to her, to the master. So also here, if the husband gives money to the girl, it goes to the master, to the father. Sorry. Opposite. If the Torah only wrote kiikach, so I would say if the husband gives the money, it goes to her, not to the master. That's what we learn from Amo Ivriyo, because Amo Ivriyo then it goes to the master, to the father. Comes down the Miluim and he has a kasha. V'teipuklei. We have a better reason why, if the Torah only wrote kiikach, I still need v'yotzachinam. Not because I'll make a mistake that the money will go to her. No. V'teipuklei. You have a better reason why if a kiikach alone won't be good. Why? The Yitzchak lemichtav v'yotzachinam, the Torah is needed, necessary to say v'yotzachinam, to learn Kesef also from Amo Ivriya. Why? If the Torah only wrote v'kiikach, I won't know the value of money. The source of value of money is like money, that's from Amo Ivriya, from Eved Ivri. So it's a very simple answer. What if the Torah only wrote kikach, who no value of money? Shvei kesef. That's why Elam Mivyotzachinam from Eved Ibri and Amovi we learn. So now we have a simple reason. You know why? If the Torah only wrote kikach, won't be enough because I won't know Shvei kesef. Yes, that's a kash against Vyesh Mishatiretz. Now those who answered according to the Ritva, that how do I know Shvei kesef? I learned from Mekesh Ta'amo Ivriya. If that's the makor, so we have an answer why kikach is not enough of kesef. I need Amo Ivriya because if I learn kesef from kikach, I will know only kesef, not Shvei kesef. But I learn from Amo Ivriya, I have a posuk Shvei kesef too. That's the way the Ritva said, and the Gemara didn't say so. The Amenuim from those kashes makes a conclusion. You hear this, Jonathan? Halachic conclusion. He has a kasha according to that answer of the Ritva. It's against the Gemara. The Gemara itself is against the answer of the Ritva. Very hard kasha. And he says, therefore, Velochein, near looks like Kedivra Rashba V'Aran V'Aritva. He says, because of this kasha, he wants to knock out this answer. Then he says, the Ran, Rashba, and Ritva are right. That what? That we don't learn Shvei Kesef from Ama Ivriya. Because I don't need a verse, Bechlau. I don't need a verse to tell me Shvei Kesef. Why? The Kolecha all wear, do Midas Mekabel, all wears from the knowledge, the agreement of the receiver. The woman agrees to receive it. Mimela by itself, Avel Kesef Amash. It's like Kesef Amash. So I don't say that's the truth. Halakha, he said, what's the halakha, Yonatan? That Shvei Kesef Kesef is when there's an agreement of the receiver, Shvei Kesef Kesef. That's the reason. Big sword. We have to answer. He doesn't answer. You have to give an answer. Because of this kasha, he knocks out the Yeshiv Metaretz, the halacha. He says it's out from the halacha. It's a strong kasha. So you have to find an answer.
We need the two conditions that there is no choshuv.
Yes. You know, if it's Dover Choshuv and yet there's a wish of the receiver, there's a willing of the receiver to accept. So that's it. It's finished. Made it. I don't need a apostle for that. This is the conclusion of the Avnei Miluim. And he says, with this, I have a solution. Kushas Teisus B'Kamel Kiddushin. With this understanding, that what? That I don't need a verse to tell me Shvei Kesef is Kesef, as long there's a wish of the receiver to receive it. So by itself, it's like Kesef. I want.
So why it must be the choshuv if she wants?
Because her willing cannot make not money to money. But her willing can make something which is important to make it like money.
Why must be important?
Correct.
Something not important enough.
What's important? Money. Money is what important you hear. You're moving. What's the word? What is important? Money. Less than value of food is not important. Yes. No. Depends. Once it depends if it has the value of money, it's important. Less the value of money is not important.
Something that she wants to do. Let's say that it's a agreement of them.
You're making a mistake.
Yeah.
The pools of the animals, if it's worth a puto, it's choshuv.
So, choshuv is money.
Correct. Money. Money is choshuv. Somebody just the other day or the other minute told me a few minutes ago, a few hours, what it is. So he told me, my head only thinks Torah, money. Torah, money. Torah, money. What? Money is Torah, Torah is money? No. Money is Torah.
That is not value in this country, but value in the other country.
Yeah.
It's not money. So, but she said, I love this paper.
Yeah.
She's saying, I love this voice. But it's not valuable.
It's nothing.
But she wants to get married with him.
So it's nothing. It's nothing. Her wish doesn't make not money, but if it's valued by the whole world, so then she can say, I want it, it's good for me. And we explained yesterday the Svara. We explained that really value of money, if it's worth a puta, you can exchange it to puta. There's right now in the world people which value it. That they're willing to exchange it to money, to puta. It's only exertion to search for them. But if I agree for that exertion, so I have money in my hand. But if it's less such of a puto, so then there's no value around the world. The fact I want it is only me personally, doesn't make anything. But if it's value for some people, right now, some people will take this as a value of puto. Otherwise, it won't have value of puto. If it has value, it has a value. So some people would want it right now. So just a question for me to find it. Okay, I agree to exert myself to, but so I agree to remove the exertion. But the value is the money itself. Is the value of money? Is where?
But is it one that you agree or have to move forward?
Good question. I don't know. Pashas you have to be foolish. That's the Pashas.
Very similar concept with the Gemara and Daf,
That what? Right.
Over there, it also seems like you need with the factor that makes the difference is actually the woman.
Hashivas of the woman. Right. There is money, but it needs to be katzutz. Right. Okay. Otherwise, not choshev for her. Yes. Same idea. Yes. Yes. True. V'yisiyasha, I'm reading the last paragraph on the right side. V'yisiyasha bazeh kushas ateises avgin amud beis v'matchileim alididei. He says, with this understanding, we have an answer to Tosfot in page 3b. This is the language of Tosfot. V'im toima. There's a kash. Or al kochoch leitzich by definition, only the verse. Ela loima, only to say, shen shel av. I don't need the verse to tell me kesef. I need a verse by Amoivir just to tell me that she doesn't receive the money, goes to her father. The fact that she gets married with money, we learn from Ephron. So what Amoivru adds to me? The money goes to her father, not to her. This is the language of Tosfot. He's asking why the Gemara has a Avamina. That the money will go to her, not that it goes to her master, because otherwise I don't need a verse for. But the Fimash Kosafti Nicha, according to what I wrote, is simple. That the Fima de Sel Kadan, according to the Havamina, that we thought, the Kesef Kiddushin Ledido, Kesef should go to her, not to her father, even though she's less than 12. If so, Av Mekacho, the father gets her married, but the money goes to her. You can't eat I need the verse to teach you. Shve Kesef. The father does the Kiddushin and the money goes to her. So I need V'yotzachino to tell you value of money. You know why I need a V'yotzachino? If Kicha teaches me that she can get married with money, the father gets married with money, and he gives the money, and the money of the father goes to the daughter. So I understand, if I tell the father, I want to marry your daughter, she's less than 12, and I give the money to the daughter, and the father agrees to the Kiddushin, so he didn't get money, he get the value of money. Because since his daughter got it, as if he got it. Why is that?
He got it, she got it.
Because she got it. He needs to buy her food, clothes, he has to take care of her. When she gets something, it's like he got it. It's being paid what he needs to give her, or he wants to give her. So that's why I need Shvei to tell you the Shvei Kesef. Because Kesef itself,
But she's gonna spend the money to buy the food instead of him.
I don't know.
That's what this is for.
No, I'm retracting what I said. Im kenitzich v'yotzochin lamet Shvei Kesef. The misvora from common sense, lo yadina won't know Shvei Kesef. The cave on the Kesef ledido, From Svara, I won't know the value of money. Why? Since the money goes to her, Balko and the father can get engaged his daughter by force of his daughter, and the money goes to her. The wish, the agreement of the father doesn't help because since the money goes to her. She doesn't want this guy, this creep. Where there is by force. So I need a riboy l'shvei kesef. That's why I need v'yotzachim shapi. That's why I need v'yotzachim to teach me shvei kesef. The guy if you're shvei kesef. Again, wow, that's what he's saying. He's saying if I only had the pasuk of kiikach, I would say as a kasha, maybe the father. I need the pasuk. I need a pasuk to tell you that the money goes to her. No, that the money doesn't go to her, it goes to her father. How do I know the money goes to her father, not to her? Kesef, the fact that she gets married with Kesef is there for it. So what I need to learn from Ivriya tells me that the money goes to the father. She has a kasha. If the money goes to the father, which means the Torah doesn't want it, it's against a force. So I need v'yotzochinam. He said, if kicha I learn kesef, and v'yotzochinam tells me that the money goes to the father, which means don't say the money goes to her, the money goes to the father. He says, I don't really need that. Why? Because if the money goes to her, it's by force. He says, again, let's go over to Tosh's Kasha and what's the Avnei. Tosh's Kasha was, I learned Kicha is therefore that I can marry a girl with money. And I need V'yotzochinam to teach me that the money goes to the father, not to her. He says, not true, I don't need that. Why? Because if Kicha tells me that I can marry Kiddushin, and without V'yotzochinam, I would say the money goes to her, not to the father, means it's by force. She gets money, and the father gets married her by force. She gets the money, but the willing of the Kiddushin or not the Kiddushin is the father makes. So the father makes the decision to marry to this creep, and she doesn't want, even though she receives the money, but it's against her will. In such a case, according to the Ritva in the Rashba, any money that a woman gets against her will is only money itself, not Shvei Kesef. Because the only reason why Shvei Kesef is because of Ritzun. But if it's against her will, there's no Ritzun. So in such a case, I still need V'yotzochinam not to tell me that the money goes to the father. To tell me if the money goes to her, I won't know Shvei Kesef Gesef. I need a post Shvei Kesef Gesef. Yes. It's true. Right, I agree. But the bottom line is it's against a wish. So I don't have Ritzu, so I won't know Shvei Kesef Gesef. So for that, if according to that I have Amina, I don't need if I only have kicha, I would have Amina, the money goes to the girl. So according to that, I don't need V'yotzochinam to teach me that the money goes to the father. No. The money goes to the girl. And I need V'yotzochinam to teach me Shvei Kesef. Because against a wish, who says Shvei Kesef Gesef? According to the conclusion, the Masig, the Gemara concludes. The man, the Mekadesh, Iu Shokil Kasser, one who does the Kiddushin, he is the one that gets the money, which is the girl. I don't need any more verse to teach me Shvei Kesef. Because since one who makes the Kiddushin gets the money, which means the father makes the Kiddushin, the money goes to him. So therefore, the V'yotzochinam doesn't teach me that the money goes to the father. So therefore, because I know it by myself, so therefore, if the money goes to the father and he makes a Kiddushin, it's not by force. It's not. So then I don't say the woman got the money by force. The father got it, and he's marrying his daughter by force. But he's the one that agrees to marry his daughter by force. So for him, it's an agreement. For him, in his agreement, he receives Shvei Kesef. It's with agreement. So therefore, I don't need a lilimud of Shvei Kesef. Don't be small idea because of common sense. I know. Anyone who receives money by own free will, it's a Shvei Kesef. And I guess that the value of money is like money. That's why we have the Gemara says, I need I would think Kiddushin the Yoiv lo Baal, Kiddushin the husband gives, Tito will be by her. If it wasn't by her, if it was by him and by him his agreement, so I don't need a posuk Shvei Kesef against it because I don't be smaller. When I put his agreement, Shvei Kesef against it. But when without B'yotzochinim, I would think the money's by her. The money by her means it's Baal Kocho. Baal Kocho, I need a posuk B'yotzochinim to teach me. Shvei Kesef against it.
Why, that's the kasha, it's a Kesef Dafka. What's the answer?
Again, when I would say Kesef Dafka, not Shvei Kesef, when is against a will. So by force, only Kesef, not Shvei Kesef, no Ritzui. But when the father gets the money, there's not Avamina she, rather the father gets the money, so the father is Mekadesh the daughter against a will, but he is his will to make the Kiddushin, so he receives Shvei Kesef because he wants it. So Shvei Kesef by him. So according to the Avamina, the money goes to the father. Maskonet, that the money goes to the father. So I don't need a ribu Shvei Kesef. According to the Avamina, the money goes to the daughter. I need a ribu Shvei Kesef. So we have an answer. Why? According to the Avamina, we need a posuk. According to the Avamina, the money goes to her. I need a posuk. I need a posuk Shvei Kesef. Maybe only tells me that the money goes to the father, not to the daughter. No. If the money goes to the daughter and not to the father, I need posuk Shvei Kesef because it's against a will. If the money goes to the father, I don't need the posuk Shvei Kesef. Again, let's see the Toises inside. Open Daf Gimel Amud Beis. Open Daf Gimel Amud Beis. Dibur HaMatchil Ve'eim L'Dido. It's the first. Why it's more? It's the first medium side Toises. Yes, the more as a kasha. If we learn Kesef from Amoivrio, if that's the source, if the source is Amoivrio, maybe the money goes to her and not to the father. I don't need the verse to tell me that the money goes to the father. The Gemara says, maybe the money goes to her.
He's Mekadesh, she about gets the money.
No, but he said maybe.
The Gemara says, if I learn from Yotzechinam alone, I would think the money goes to her. He says, no, such as Avamina. He says, by definition, the whole need of the verse of Amo Ivri and Kesef Nozer is Loima to teach you Shein Lahav, that the money goes to the master, to the father. Why? That she gets married with Kesef, Gomakirem is there for it. So I know she gets married with Kesef. So the posuk of Amo Ivri doesn't teach me Kesef because I know from the land of Avram Avinu. So why I need a posuk in Kesef Lodon Zeh, Avesh Kesef Lodon Acher, is only to tell me now that it's Kesef. I learn from his there for it. Is rather to teach me that the money goes to the father, not to the daughter, which is lesson 12. That's the kasha of Tosfot. So the kasha was how the Gemara's kasha maybe the money goes to the daughter. So Taisa says not true. There's no such havamina. There's no such havamina that the money go to her because Kesef I know from Kicha, and the pasuk in Kesef teaches me the money goes to the father. Comes there, Avni Miluim in a kasha. He says no. I know there is avamina that the money will go to her, not to the father. Kesef I know anyhow. So you know why? If Kesef I know anyway, so what I need, what I need Amo Ivriya, that was Tosh's point. Must be that tell me the money goes to the father. He says no. You know, if I know Kesef from Kicha gives the effort, why I need a pasuk Amo Ivriya, not to teach me that the money goes to the father. They teach me that Shvei Kesef. What? Yes. According to the half, I mean that the money goes to her means it's against her will. The father agreed to get married to this creep, and she gets the money. So she gets the money. She does the Kiddushin done through her and against her will because the father makes the decision. So when it's against her will, I won't know Shvei Kesef. So therefore, the pasuk would say the pasuk of Amo Ivri would not say that the money goes to the father, rather say Shvei Kesef. See, mainly the most kasha was maybe the money goes to her. I thought he says a kasha. It's no such havamina, but all the while I need a pasuk. Kesef I know from kicha. So when I need a pasuk, I'm ivri. I must be to the father. What's the havamina to say to her? Says no. Even if I have kicha is there for to teach me kesef, I still need the pasuk of Am Ivriya, but not to teach the money go to the father. To teach me that although it's against her will, she gets the money and the decision is the father. Still shvei kesef. But according to the Maskana, the Gemara says, no. There's no havamina that the money goes to her. Because he makes the Kiddushin, the father, money goes to him. So if it goes to him, it's not against the will, it's with his will. So I don't need a pasuk anymore for Shvei Kesef. Because it's with her will. So again, the Avnei Miluim answers to his kash. He says, according to the Ritva and the Rashba, that when there's a Ritzui, Shvei Kesef. When there's no Ritzui, I don't know Shvei Kesef. So then we have a very good answer to this kasha. This kasha was that the Gemara says, I learned Kesef from Ama Ivriya. The Gemara says, what do you mean? Who says the money goes to the father? Maybe the money goes to the daughter. So this is not true. There's also Shavamina. Because since Kicha teaches me Kesef, so for what reason I need Ama Ivriya to teach me something? Only to tell me the money goes to the father. That's just this kasha. So what's the Avamina that maybe the money goes to the daughter when there's no other need, there's no other reason the Torah to say twice the same thing. Money I already know from Kichim's Zefon. So what do I need a pasuk by Amo Ivri to teach me what? Only to teach me the money goes to the father, not to the daughter. That's the kasha of Tosfos. What's the Avamina the money go to her? The whole need of the pasuk is just to tell me that. He says no. I don't need a pasuk for that. I need a pasuk for something else. I need a pasuk to tell me that when the father makes a decision against the daughter's will, there's no ritzui, even against the will, even against the will of the daughter, still shvei kesef. So I need a pasuk not to tell me the money goes to the father, maybe the money goes to the daughter, and you need to tell me that you go to Chinumin Kesef, that it is shvei kesef, even though it's against his will. But according to the Maskana, that the money goes to the father, so he does the Kiddushin and he has a will, so I don't need a pasuk anymore for shvei kesef. What? This is the answer. He says, according to the read for the Rashi, I have a better answer. Yes.
But the father can marry the daughter without her permission.
He could marry her until 12 years old. The father can marry his daughter against her will, but he's considered. Let me finish before, which will make a mistake. He's considered a boked, a betrayer. Know that? If the father marries his daughter before 12 years old, it's called a boked. He betrayed his daughter because he needs to give the support. He said, I don't have any money. I have a beautiful daughter. He'd take her and you support her. So he's running away from his responsibilities. He's a betrayer. Boged.
I studied that in those days, the father take care of the daughter because the situation is not
Correct.
So he was the best for the daughter.
Correct.
So even if she doesn't want, but the father not what is good for her. So
That's true.
But she doesn't want.
But she doesn't want. We do.
Even the Torah permits the father against her will to get married, so why do you need the words and the money?
Good question, yes. But Alpha Pecan, since I need the Ritzu to make value of money like money, I need the Ritzu, I need to agree to the Tircha. So when the daughter doesn't want it, she gets the money, she doesn't want it. It's the father wanting, she doesn't want this guy, he's a creep. Not happy, she doesn't want to be a guy, with this guy. So she doesn't want, although the Torah permits the father. The Torah says that's the real benefit of the daughter. But Lamaisa, she doesn't want. So you don't have a full agreement here. So when I have a full agreement, who says Shvei Kesef Kesef? I need a posture for that. Okay. We'll stop here. Rabbi Chanan, we're going to have a class with Hashem, 11:30. Mina Shamayim, I stayed in Israel. I didn't go. And Bezrat Hashem will continue. Yes.
How does that,
What?
how does that, Kesef, like Kesef got what he did that last step? It doesn't prove this or that proves that. Why does it prove that and not the, how does he know it proves that?
No. When you have a full Hitzu, when there's a full agreement, so then I won't know Shvei Kesef Kesef. The whole svog of the Rashba and Ritva is Shvei Kesef Kesef because it's a Hitzu. We don't have a full Hitzu, although the father wants it, and the daughter doesn't want it. Although the father wants it, and the Torah says the father's wish is really the benefit of the girl. It's the one.
Before the Svar of Dafno,
Yes.
it's only a story without Ritzu, no cash.
Right. Abikhanaya ben Akasholda. Rotzach is born for the Sabbath Israel Fika. Here by the Torah is the man of the man to go to the idea. This argument is pretty complicated. You have to know the Gemara as well. But I'm going to start with the Divrei Chesed. I want to do the Rishonim, we'll do the Divrei Chesed in the class. We should do that. I hope they did that because he's more summarizing ideas. And then we Shemei Rabo. Amen.